There are growing concerns tonight over what kind of impacts will be felt if SNAP funds aren't available next month.
Our Missouri State Capitol Bureau's Mark Zinn is here now with a closer look. Mark?
Yeah, roughly 10% of Missourians get help from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. But because of the ongoing federal government shutdown, those funds might not be there next month.
People that have things that's traditional, that like Thanksgivings and Christmas and things of that sort, oh, it's going to be a problem.
If the federal government doesn't reopen soon, hundreds of thousands of Missourians who rely on SNAP payments to feed their families will be forced to find another way to eat. And despite several rounds of voting attempting to reopen it, there still doesn't seem to be any end in sight to the ongoing shutdown.
Republicans have now voted 12 times to reopen the government, and the Democrats have voted against that.
There's nothing far left or far right or center about wanting lower premiums. It's common sense. It's what the American people overwhelmingly want.
The federal shutdown is forcing states like Missouri to halt SNAP payments next month. Governor Mike Kehoe told me earlier this week that even though SNAP is administered through states, the program itself is fully funded by the federal government. The Republican is also blaming Democrats for the shutdown.
Why they're choosing now to provide health care to illegal aliens versus feeding Missourians is beyond me.
Back in St. Louis, there's growing fear over what a lack of SNAP benefits might look like.
People depend on the SNAP to take care of their families and things like that. If they just take that away, it's going to raise the crime rate because there's going to be more stealing, shoplifting and things of sort.
Missouri Senator Josh Hawley introduced a measure this week that would fully fund SNAP, as well as payments to farmers, active duty military, and veterans while the government is shut down.
I mean, think about this. Their strategy now, the Democrats, is make people starve. I'm going to force votes to pay the military. I'm going to force votes to help farmers. I'm going to force votes to help the needy. And we'll just see where people are. I think it's time to put people on the record.
All right, Mark, give us a sense for just how many people benefit from this SNAP program in Missouri.
At least 650,000, so more than 650,000. It depends on the month, but right around there. That's a lot of people. That's about 10.5% of the population.
Since we're talking numbers, how about money? How much money we're talking?
Well, it all depends on how big your family is, income, and even where you live. But SNAP recipients receive anywhere between about $50 a month upwards to $900 a month, depending on your family, and they're not going to be getting that next month. How things are going right now.
Have a big impact on these families.
Yeah.
Mark, thank you.
Roxanne, thanks so much.
It is day 276 of the second Trump administration, and welcome to the midweek nightcap. We are.
Scripps News national correspondent Katie Tubman is live in New York. She's at a food bank there. That is where civic groups are working now to help families in need. And Katie, who is sounding the alarm right now that this program is running out of money?
Well, Del, across the country, from Texas to Florida to California to Pennsylvania to here in New York, officials are sounding the alarm, saying that unless Congress reaches an agreement soon, more than 40 million people will lose access to vital food assistance benefits, SNAP benefits, and that means they could soon lose access to food on their own tables. For millions of Americans already struggling to put food on the table, the uncertainty is growing. Whether you're a homebound senior citizen,
I will suffer, and many like me will suffer,
or a disabled job seeker,
I don't know how I'm going to survive. But right now, it's going to be so hard.
Or a college student trying to feed yourself.
It's definitely a scary reality to face.
That reality, more than 40 million people at risk of losing access to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program known as SNAP if the government shutdown continues past October. According to the USDA, most SNAP households live in poverty. A third of those included children, and half included someone who is elderly or has a disability. The average benefit amounted to $6 a day. Earlier this month, the USDA warned states that if the government shutdown stretches into November, the entire SNAP program would face insufficient funds. And a number of states have already issued warnings to expect no new applications, a delay in benefits, or no benefits at all come November. For many SNAP recipients, options for feeding their families and themselves are limited. Food pantries and nonprofit groups are under increasing pressure to fill the gap.
We're already getting calls from our partners to load them up with what we consider emergency meals.
Beth Shapiro is the CEO of City Meals on Wheels, which helps to feed older homebound New Yorkers. She says any delay in SNAP benefits will have long-lasting impact.
If the services came back a week, 10 days later, there is still impact to these people. And I don't think it's going to be so quick. The longer it lasts, the deeper the impact, the harder it is to catch up.
Del, the USDA says it needs roughly $8 billion to cover November benefits and has right now only $6 billion, which would mean that either people will receive smaller payments or see delays in those payments, something Shapiro said will take a long time to catch up with. Del?
Katie, the government shutdown is not the only development that could cut access to SNAP benefits. What else is going on?
Well, Del, the Trump administration has tightened restrictions for SNAP benefits, and that's including work requirements for able-bodied adults without dependents. And so we're seeing these changes were originally set to take place in 2026, and now it's been expedited to take place in a matter of weeks in November. And so we're hearing from advocates saying that this rapid shift and change, putting in these new guidelines, will actually cut off a lot of people from benefits, vital benefits they need to access food. Del?
Okay. Yep, that's basically what they're doing then. Wow, that's crazy. Let's go to Revelation. Yep, that's what they're doing. Revelation chapter 6. Right? Verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see that thou hurt not the oil and the wine. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Yahweh Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth and teaching me this truth, so this way I could share what I was taught with others who rule well, as it is written in First Timothy chapter 5 verse 17. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that have been scattered abroad throughout the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other, being Hellenized, living in other countries, who look like the heathen nations. Shalom. As it is written in Jeremiah chapter 12 verse 9, my inheritance is as unto me is as a speckled bird. Shalom. This is Matazal Lacham. I was just giving you a small update on what's going on. The closer and closer November the 1st looms over America, the closer and closer, and the more videos you're going to see by women bugging out other SNAP benefit individuals that depend on it, bugging out Section 8, bugging out hood housing, bugging out, flipping the script, saying that they're going to go into Walmart, going to Walmart and they're going to steal the food that they need. Okay, if anyone tries to stop them, they're going to have either their boyfriend help them protect them, or I mean, I don't understand. I mean, if he was your boyfriend or your man or whatever have you, wouldn't he help you? I mean, you got all these babies and baby daddies and kids and shit. It doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, let's go over here to Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 16. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. Okay, NLT. Then he told me, Son of man, I will make food very scarce in Jerusalem. Now remember, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, as it is written in 2 Maccabees chapter 5 verse 19. Okay, so it's always about where the people dwell. It's not the people that dwell in wherever they're at, is what I meant to say. It's always about the Israelites. Judah are the Negroes, Jerusalem are the other part of the nations, which are Latinos and Native Americans. Okay, real shit. And it'd be okay. Then Ezekiel 4:16. Then he told me, Son of man, I will make food very scarce in Jerusalem. It will be weighed out with great care and eaten carefully, fearfully, right? Because they don't know, should they save some and put some back? Oh no, Well, what about the kids? You know? See? The water will be rationed out drop by drop, and the people will drink it with dismay. Right? Let's get what dismay means for a definition. Dismay. All right. I can't. Okay. With anxiety, whatever. Anxiety, anxious care, heaviness, fear, sorrow. Right? With carefulness, sorrow, and heaviness. They're worried for fear of losing it. Anxiety. Right? Anxious care. Yeah, people going to be scared to fucking death, man. Okay? Fear, dread, anxious care. Right? Let's get Ezekiel. What is that? I can't read. Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 18. Okay, and then, okay, let's start with Proverbs. What is it? Proverbs 12 and 25. Let's go get that then. Proverbs 12 and 25. Right? Heaviness. Okay, NLT. Worry weighs a person down. An encouraging word cheers a person up. You see what I'm saying? So these people are going to be just heartbroken, man. Nothing they can do. They're going to be fearful. I mean, because they're flipping the fuck out now. You know, it's their own fault. Okay. Slovakia. Right. Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 16. But I will spare a few of them from death by war, famine, or disease, so they can confess all their detestable sins to their captors. Then they will know that I am the Lord. Verse 18. Son of man, tremble as you eat your food. Shake with fear as you drink your water. Tell the people that this is the sovereign Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says concerning those living in Israel and Jerusalem. They will eat their food with trembling and sip their water in despair, for their land will be stripped bare because of their violence. The cities and their farmlands will be made desolate. Then you will know that I am the Lord. Now, we just saw in the video, they were tripping about the farmers. They're behind $8 billion just for the month of November. Okay, and the farmers have been bitching ever since ICE stepped up their plan to basically deport all of these so-called illegal immigrants. But these are the same individuals that help the breadbasket to feed the American people, to feed the peoples of the world for nothing else. Okay, and I mean, these motherfuckers basically shot themselves in their own foot. Okay. Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 19, and say unto the people of the land, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, of the inhabitants of Jerusalem and of their land of Israel, they shall eat their bread with carefulness and drink their water with astonishment, that her land may be desolate from all that is therein, because of the violence of all them that dwell therein. Right? And the cities that are inhabited shall be laid waste, and the land shall be desolate, and you shall know that I am the Lord. Okay? Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 22. Son of man, what is this proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying that the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Right? Tell them therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more any vain vision nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. Right? For I am the Lord, Yahweh. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass, and shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and will perform it, saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? So, yeah, this shit is jumping off, man. Right. Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come. So when we're out there on them street corners and trying to preach the gospel to the people, they come back at us sideways, talking shit out the side of their neck. Either that, or they got their mind made up about what they're gonna say or how they're gonna say it. Like on that last video I did out there on the camp video, I was doing my best to try to persuade the young man, hey, it's time to repent. He came with the name of Allah. Another dude came up behind me. I don't know where the fuck he came from, and talking about Allah. I'm like, man, look, you people need to understand this is not about being a fucking Muslim. The name of the Lord is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the creator of the heavens, the earth, the sea, all that is therein, and the foundations of water. How you know is because you have to go back and do the research, okay, like it says in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the words of truth. And a lot of these people are not rightly dividing the word of truth. They're dividing it based on what they were told, the precepts of men, and their fucking emotional standpoint, right? So, like I said before, what does it say? A pair of balances, noun, a yoke that is put on drought or dry cattle, metaphorically used of any burden or bondage, as that of slavery, troublesome laws imposed on one, especially of the Mosaic law, a balance or a pair of scales, right? So a lot of these people just don't get it. I don't think they ever will, right? Now, let me go back to Revelation. I'm trying to get this stuff out as far as I can. First of all, let me go over here to Romans. I'm going to do Romans first. Romans chapter 11, verse 4. Okay. But what saith the answer of your Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so then, at this present time, there also is a remnant according to the election of grace. Okay. And that remnant is found in Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. Right? There it is. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob. What would they be escaped from? Jacob's trouble. Remember? Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that there is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And that part of Jacob, of the 12 tribes that are going to be saved, are the elect 1/3 of the house of Israel, found in Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 8 and 9. Okay? Now, the remnant of the house of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, and him that smote us, which they oppress us, like it says in Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. All that took them captives held them fast, they refused to let them go. Right into this day, that's what's going on. And they smite us with oppression. Is this not a deletion of the SNAP benefits, a form of oppression? Right? To force people to make a decision hastily with anxiety and fearfulness? Right? But shall stay upon the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Holy One of Israel, and in truth. So the only one that are going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble and shall escape of the house of Jacob, okay, are the remnant. And those are the elect that the Most High had chose to receive this gospel, this truth that I'm speaking to you in this video epistle. Right? Verse 21, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? They're the only ones that are going to return through faith. Right? Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders had good report. Now, we all know who our elders are, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and other righteous men underneath them. Noah, Abraham, right? Okay, King Solomon, King David, Gideon, okay, You know, hell, they got the story of 300 from Gideon and the 300 men that the Most High chose to destroy. I think it was the Amalekites. I think they were fighting against. I can't remember. But anyway, like I said before, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. Right? The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. So those individuals, like it says in Zechariah chapter 13, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, are those of the consumption that's been decreed against them. Okay, the people of Israel, the part of that are the sands of the sea, they're the ones that are going to be cut off during Jacob's trouble. And Jacob, we're just right at the beginning of Jacob's trouble. That's scary, man. I mean, you know, shit, it is to me. Right? Let me go get Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. For the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love which you have showed toward his name, and that you have ministered to the saints and do minister. Right? And that's what we do. We go out on the street corners, we risk our lives and our freedom. These motherfuckers got us on a pickup list, on a watch list, you know, to see if we're doing anything that would constitute us being domestic terrorists, which we're not. Okay, we're just standing on a soapbox in a street corner with a Bible in our hand. Okay, that's it. The fuck. But it's the fact that we preach the truth that the Israelites are men, and the Israelites are the vast majority here in America. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, and you know, the Israeli lobbyists, they think that the so-called young African American or Black American here in America, okay, the land of bitterness, the land of double rebellion, is a threat to the Israeli Amalekite Khazars. The reason why is because they've been telling a lie for so long that the children and generations that were raised on this lie actually believe that they are God's chosen people. But they don't believe in the Son of the Most High, and they don't believe that there is a God that exists outside of their God, who is Satan. Okay? Like it says in Revelation chapter 2, verse 9, you know, these individuals, okay, let's get it. That's what I'll do. I'll just get it. Revelation 2, verse 9. Oh, man, come on, see? Every time. Verse 9, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say that they are the JEWS and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. See? So those people, they don't believe in the Most High in heaven. Where it says in Psalms 58 and 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born. Speaking lies constitutes the fact that their pineal gland, which allows an individual to have a certain amount of faith and belief in something, a higher power, or something that is higher and stronger and bigger than themselves. Okay, this pineal gland would have given them the opportunity as a doorway to go and pray before the Lord. Okay, these Edomite Caucasians, those Israeli, their pineal gland is calcified with calcium and plaque, right? That sits in the center of their brain as soon as they come out of the womb. So the Most High God has estranged them and set it to where that they have absolutely no doorway that they could call upon his name, they could talk to him or believe that in his existence. Okay, he just cut them the fuck off as soon as they come out of their mama's hole. Okay, that's the Most High, man. That's what he gonna do. That's what he done. Okay, now let's go over here to Revelation. Chapter 6, verse 6. And I heard in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see that thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Right? Okay, let's go over and say on interlinear and see if I can find measure. A measure, boom, koinix.
Strong's G 5518. Koinix.
Right? A dry measure containing of 4 kotole, or 2 sectari, less than 1 quart or 1 liter, or as much as would support a man of moderate appetite for a day. Wow. So all of these overweight, obese and morbidly obese women that are on welfare, Section 8, HUD housing, SNAP benefits, food stamps, okay, taking advantage of the system and taking advantage of the taxpayers, they're going to lose a lot of weight. Them 200 and 300 pound bitches is finna lose a whole lot of weight. By the time they done, it'd be 150 pounds at most. Okay? Shit. Yeah. They finna lose a whole lot of weight, boy. All day long. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Denarius, right, equals containing 10. A Roman silver coin in the New Testament time. It took its name from being equal to 10, or 10 asses, a number after 217 BC, increased to 16 about 3,898 grams, or 0.1375 ounces. It was the principal silver coin of the Roman Empire. From the parable of the laborers in the vineyard, it would seem that a denarius was then the ordinary pay for a day's wages. Okay? Okay? That's all you're going to get, man. So, hyperinflation is going to jump the fuck off. I just saw a video a couple of days ago that a package of steaks costs like damn near $100. I'm scared to go to Sam's Club now. I'm like, what the hell, man? I used to try to eat something like that, or barbecue something, put something in the deep freezer, but I guess it ain't going to do us no good. Let's go to, back over here to, I'm going to go here to Psalms chapter 6. No. I'll take it back. I'm going to go to 2 Peter. Yeah. I'll just go over here to 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19. Right? We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. Right? So the Most High Yahweh wants you to do this. Because of that experience, we have even greater confidence in the message proclaimed by the prophets. You must pay close attention to what they wrote, for their words are like a lamp shining in a dark place until the day dawns and Hamashiach, the morning star, shines in your hearts. Okay? And that's what we try to do. We try to make these videos to try to get out there and get the word out, to explain the biblical scriptures in context. Okay, not speaking out of context, but keeping it in context and breaking down the words of the biblical prophecies, of the biblical scriptures, so this way you have a greater understanding of what you're reading about, instead of just reading it like it's a pretty book. Okay? We're trying to do it. We're doing the best we can. But, you know, we keep running across idiots and people that talk shit out the side of their neck. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. Right? For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Right? So the Most High is letting these Edomite devils do exactly what the fuck they're doing to you. They're oppressing you because you won't turn back to the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, fear him, or keep his commandments. Now, don't get me wrong. Keeping the commandments of the Most High God, it's virtually impossible in the land of Merathiam, of bitterness and double rebellion. Babylon the Great, America. Everything is set up against you. It was originally designed, set up against the Israelites to have them continue in sin. What is sin? 1 John chapter 3, verse 4 states that he that sinneth transgresses also the law, for sin is transgression of the law. See? So as long as the Israelites are continuing to transgress the law and commit sin, the heathen nations continue to rule over them with rigor. See? With oppression. See? And this is what we're trying to do, is wake people up to this fact and get you to turn back to repent and keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. You know, but like I said before, our people won't listen. They don't want to listen. Common sense and reason don't work. Okay, let's go to 2nd Ezra, right? Chapter 6, verse 22. Boom. Right? Okay, let's start at verse 21. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And these are these YNs that are living in all these different neighborhoods that came out premature, preemie babies or crackhead babies. Okay, and these motherfuckers, they go through shooting up each other. Okay, and then when the martial law troops come into their town, okay, through ICE, all these motherfuckers, they bitch up. They go back off into the house and go back to being a child again, playing video games, right? Put the gun up, right? Scared to death, right? Verse 22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And that's what's in the process of happening right now. You know, I bet you start going to the stores, you start seeing empty shelves all over the fucking place. More than likely, right? And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. You're going to be fighting over a loaf of bread, over a package of water, okay, at the store. You're going to be trying to rob people taking food that are not on these SNAP benefits, that have a job to feed their families. You're going to be trying to steal them at a gunpoint on the way to the fucking car, more than likely. Okay, so that's going to bring about where it says in 2nd Ezra chapter 15, where it says verse 18 or 19. Okay, let's see. I'll just do this. 2nd Ezra, where was I at? Boom. 2nd Ezra chapter 15. Let's go 17. Right? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Because of their pride, their city shall be troubled, their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay? Lack of bread. Right? That's going to, I think that'll be, okay, because of their lack of bread. Right. That'll be the name of the video. Yeah, that works. Okay. Now going back down here to 2nd Ezra chapter 6. Okay. Verse 23. And at that time, or 24, Salakia, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I've told thee shall escape and shall see my salvation in the end of your world. And the only people that are going to escape from Jacob's trouble, okay, are those that have the mark of exemption. Right? Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. Right? And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. Remember, a people before it's a place. 2nd Maccabees chapter 5, verse 19, right? And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And the only people that sigh and cry for all the abominations be done in the midst are the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and other righteous men and bishops underneath them that taught us and fully persuaded us in the Holy Spirit to go out and preach this gospel. Where we live, in the town where there's no one preaching. You see? And that's what I did. Okay? I was fully persuaded. If it wasn't for Elder Malcolm explaining what an Edomite was, I wouldn't know what an Edomite was to this day. Okay? If it wasn't for Elder Manatazak Ba and Brother Yawam down in South Carolina, I wouldn't know half of these biblical scriptures. They sent me to study, and then Amawan Abad gave me the courage to go out there and preach by myself if I had to, in order to start my own camp, because he was out there by himself. You see? So I learned from my teachers, man. It's that simple. Anyway, and then I found Brother Elder Yasha Wanba, that breaks things down and goes into more detail. And the Brother Aisha Yar down in North Carolina at GMS All Precepts 144. GMS upon precepts. Hell, I didn't even know what a goddamn precept was if it wasn't for Brother Aisha Yar. So man, I'm grateful for these righteous men who stood up for truth and justice, man. Real shit. Because if it wasn't for them, Lord, I don't want Ratazah. If it wasn't for them, yeah, I'd be stuck in the world just like you, smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, talking shit, toting a gun for nothing, being a dumbass, bug out, But anyway, the Most High saw fit to have mercy upon my soul and saw fit to send me these men. Praise the Lord. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Right? So the only people that are going to be able to get out of it are those that have the mark of exemption, as I had stated before. 2nd Ezra, okay, chapter 15, verse 19, I think it was, right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay? For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. And then trouble is finna come to the cities. That's what this video is about. The trouble coming to the cities where the houses shall be destroyed. You know, we just saw a video of ICE kicking in an apartment building and zip tying little kids. Talking about F them kids, right? Zip tying little babies and shit. Okay? I mean, come on, man. Their houses shall be destroyed and men shall be afraid. Okay? And they're putting up TikTok videos about them being afraid of these ICE forces, man. They just come out of nowhere. They're just gonna do whatever they want to do. Okay, let me go to let me see. Matthew, is it Matthew? Yeah, Matthew chapter 10, verse 41. Right? He that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward, and he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whosoever shall give drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you that he shall in no wise lose his reward. You know? So we're not asking for any money or any of that thing. You know, damn that. Fair use. Fair use. Okay? This video is for educational purposes, commentary, and news reporting only. We're just putting the news reports with biblical prophecy, how these things were supposed to fan out. That's it. Right? Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Let me go here to James. Where's James at? James. Man, it's right there. Okay, James chapter. Okay. Right? James chapter 5, verse 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. And that's what these goddamn Edomite Caucasians, these elite, going into these deep underground bunkers, right? These DUMBs are deep underground military bases, right? Okay. Because they know that what they've set upon the face of the earth is for people to destroy each other in the streets. They said on one video a few months back I was watching that it's going to take 9 months for America to tear itself completely apart. Okay? All they got to do is get out of the way. People will beg for order out of the chaos that is about to transpire on the face of the earth in the land of Merathiam of double rebellion, Babylon the Great. Okay? Let's go to, where was it? Nahum, I think it is. Nahum chapter 1. Right? Verse 3. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind, and in the storm, and in the clouds are the dust of his feet. Okay? You people don't understand, man. Right? Verse 7. Okay, but let's start at verse 6. Who can stand before his indignation? Or who can abide in the fierceness of his anger? His fury is poured out like fire, and the rocks are thrown down by him. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him. Amen. Let's go over here to, was it Psalms? Was it Psalms? Oh, man. Damn, I forget it. I forgot again, didn't I? Oh, man. It was right there. Psalms 50 and 16, I think it is. Right. All right. Here it is. Psalms chapter 50, verse 14. Offer unto the Most High God thanksgiving and pay thy vows unto the Most High. And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. So the only way you're going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble, the day of trouble, right, is to know the names of the Most High and his only begotten Son. Okay? That's it. I'm finna go get it. Okay? See if I can get the name of the Son and of the Father and the Son for you. So this way you'll understand what's going on. Salakia for taking so long on these videos, but try to get my point across. But I'm trying to do what I can to save who I can, just to get y'all out the way. Okay? The real name of the Father, Yahweh. Yah-ha-wah-ha, from right to left, not from left to right, which means he is, he will be, he exists. And the real name of the Son, Yah-ha-wah-shai, from right to left, Yah-ha-wah-shai, which means he saves, he delivers, he is salvation. If you don't know these names, this is the key to the day of trouble. Okay? And if you don't know those names, you're done. Right? Call upon me in the day of trouble, and I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. But unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth? And these Edomite Caucasians, those Israelis, they take the covenant of the children of Israel and claim it and bring it upon themselves. Okay? Which, that ain't going to work. Okay? Because the Most High Yahweh is going to destroy their ass from off the face of the earth for doing that. Right? Seeing as thou hatest instruction, right? So they hate the law. They say that the law is done away with in evangelical Christianity, right? And casteth my words behind thee. See? Let's go to Psalms. What was that? Psalms chapter 1. Oh, no. Was it Psalms or is it Proverbs? I think it's Proverbs. I'm not sure. Can't remember. Right? Verse 10. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Because a lot of people are going to be trying to gang together in groups and bands to kick people's door in, looking for substance. Okay? Right? If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood, let us lurk privately for the innocent without cause. They're going to be standing outside of grocery stores. Okay? Take your shit, like I said earlier in the video. Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit. We shall find all precious substance. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Right? Cast in thy lot among us. Let us all have one purse. See? That's the plan. Verse 16. For their feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. Okay? Verse 18, and they lay wait for their own blood and lurk privately for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone that is greedy of gain, which taketh away the life of the owners thereof. Okay? I mean, this is what they're doing, man. These goddamn Edomite Caucasians. Let's see. Where was that? I was finna go to Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 1, wasn't it? Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass that if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then shalt thou tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and to destroy. See? And this is basically what the people is going to be tripping about, man. But what can be done? Right? Right? Anyway, let's see. Let's go to Okay, Jeremiah, what was that? 31, verse 7. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 7. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief nations, publicly ye, praise ye, and say, O Lord, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. Okay? And that's what we're asking for, man. We're asking to be saved out of Jacob's trouble, man. And as long as you've got the mark of exemption, which is the names of the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, of those individuals that sigh and cry, bitch, whine, and complain about all of the evil and wickedness, that have been done here in the midst of Jerusalem, a people before its place, in the land that they dwell, Marithaim, the land of double rebellion, the land of bitterness, right? These individuals are the ones asking for the Most High's help, okay? Everybody else, they ain't asking for no help. They don't give a fuck. You got GOCC with that Yah Israelite. They think everybody can be saved. Hell, it's just as bad as going to a Christian church. Same thing with IUIC. They said that the mark of the beast is sin. ISUPK used to say the mark of the beast was a white woman. Yeah, that's what I said. Right. Verse 8, behold, I will bring them forth from the north country and gather them from the coasts of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together. A great company shall return hither. Verse 9, they shall come with weeping, and with supplications will I lead them. I will cause them to walk by the rivers of waters in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. Right? Hear the word of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, he that scattered Israel will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock. For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob, and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. So when these Edomite devils come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. Let's get it. Isaiah chapter 59, verse 19. So that they shall fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Right? Now let's go get it in the same book. Right? So this way we can get some context to what this standard is. Right? Hold on. Lift up a standard against him. Hold on. Yep, that's it. Let's find this standard. Okay? Lift up a standard.
Strong's H 5127. Noose. Noose.
Right? To flee, to escape, to flee, to escape, to take flight, to depart, to disappear, to fly, to the attack, on horseback, meaning with power, to drive at. That just opened up a phalanx. Okay. All right, so we know what the spirit is. All right, let me go over here to Ezekiel chapter 25, right, verse 12. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Most High God, because that Edom hath dwelt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. And that's what they're in the process of doing. You know, people are being unalived in ICE custody because of lack of the substances that they need, such as diabetic medication, high blood pressure medication, or heart medication. You know, these people are being deprived of it while they're in ICE custody, right? Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, I also will stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. Okay? Let's start at 13 NLT. Therefore, thus saith the sovereign Lord, I will raise my fist of judgment against Edom. I will wipe out its people and animals with the sword. I will make a wasteland of everything from Teman to Dedan. How is the Most High going to do this? With an ICBM thermonuclear missile. Okay? A broken arrow is what they call it in the military, right? An arrow is one of the thermonuclear missiles. It's called intercontinental because it can go from continent to continent, okay, through the windows in heaven on high. Goes into a certain trajectory in the sky, and then it falls in trajectory, using gravitational force as well as the gas to push it. Then it goes to a certain height above the land, and then it implodes. Burn up every goddamn thing. Electromagnetic pulse wipes out electricity for 3 to 500 miles in the diameter. Okay, then the firestorm starts, and the firestorm destroys everything else. This is how the Most High is going to make America a wasteland of everything from Teman to Dedan. And Teman are the European nations, and Dedan are over here, the lower class of the Edomites here in America, right? Verse 14, I will accomplish this by the hand of my people Israel. They will carry out my vengeance with anger, and Edom will know that this vengeance is from me. I, the sovereign Lord, has spoken. Okay? So these people are finished, man. No matter how many different ways that you want to put it, they're done, man. The Most High is going to deliver us out of the hand of those that are stronger than us, right? Esau Edom has the power of the sword, right? And since he has the power of the sword, he has the power to unalive. Okay? Let's see. Psalms. Oh, wrong book. Psalms. Okay, that's fine. Hold on. Okay, can I go back? Nope. Psalms, chapter 34. Slakia. Verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. O fear the Lord, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. Right? Now, who are the saints? Isaiah chapter 45, verse 4. Oh, the saints. I take it back. Psalms 149, verse 14. No, 148. Salakia. And 14 is what I meant to say. Okay? He exalted also the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord. The reason why we're close to the Lord is because he chose us to be a special people unto himself above all nations upon the face of the earth, as it is written in Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. Right? Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Okay? That's what makes us close to the Lord. Okay? A people near to the Lord. Because he chose us. Okay? We're chosen people. So, let's go and clarify something. Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 9. Right? My heritage is as unto me is as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour. Right? Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard, and have trodden my portion underfoot. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness. And how did they do that? They made us desolate of faith. People are leaving the church in droves because they recognize that Jeebus crossed ain't coming, and he ain't saved nobody. Every time you call upon that name, something evil happens to your ass. So people are starting to go out there and do research on their own and ask questions to righteous men standing on street corners, risking their lives and freedom to tell them the truth to their face. Right? The heritage, okay, let's get that. Mine heritage. Mine heritage. Go back. Damn it. Mine heritage. I pressed the wrong button. Slakia. Okay. Mine heritage. Possession. Property. Inheritance. Portion. Share. To inherit. A possession. Properly. Something inherited. I.e. abstractly. Occupancy. Or concretely an heirloom. Generally an estate. Patrimony. Or portion. Right? Heritage. To inherit. Inheritance. Possession. See? So the Most High possesses us as his legal property. Okay? Because he chose us, the Israelites. And what that means, his heritage is as a speckled bird, is because of the anger that the Most High God, he'd scattered his people, right? Let's go over here to Joel. Joel chapter 3, verse 2. Right? I also will gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. That is what it means by the Lord's inheritance, or his heritage is as a speckled bird, because our people have been scattered among the nations and have intermingled their seed with the nations in which they were scattered to. They've been Hellenized. So a lot of the Israelites are going to, these are the ones called Gentiles in the New Testament. These are the individuals that Paul was sent to. Okay? And the letters that Paul wrote were to the Gentiles that were scattered. Okay? That looked like the heathen nations. Found in Acts chapter 2, verse 5 through 7. Okay? Parthians, Medes, Mesopotamians, and inhabitants of Phrygia, okay, Pamphylia, okay, Sardis, all of these different places. These are the same areas where Paul sent his letters to the Romans, to the Ephesians, to the Philippians, to the Colossians, to the Thessalonians, right? Okay, to the Corinthians, right? To the Hebrews, okay? Like it says before, let's go get it in 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 16. As also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable wrest, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction. NLT. Speaking of these things in all his letters, some of his comments are hard to understand, and those who are ignorant and unstable have twisted his letters to mean something quite different. And therein lies the conundrum of the Gentiles. The people don't understand who the Gentiles, which I just explained, those of God's inheritance who are Israelites. These are the Gentiles that have been scattered during the diaspora, right? Let's go get it. John chapter 7, verse 35, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. Right. The dispersed. Let's get the dispersed, okay? To the dispersed. Dispersed. Diaspora. Right?
Strong's G1290. Diaspora. Diaspora.
These are the Gentiles, a scattering dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations. Okay? Dispersion, i.e., specially and concretely, the converted Israelite resident in Gentile countries, which are scattered abroad. You have to be converted to go back to being an Israelite, like it says in James chapter, or no, not James, but damn, I forgot. Let's see. Let me go back. Boom. Hold on. I think it's in, what, Judges? No. It's not in Judges, chapter 5. Yeah. It is in Judges. Judges chapter 5, verse 11. As a matter of fact, damn, what the hell? I'm tripping. Right? They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing water, where we've been enslaved and sent as captives, because we're still in the lands of our captivity, wherever we're scattered on the face of the earth. Okay? We're still there. Okay? They that are delivered from the noise of the archers, and the archers are the heathen nations, like it says in the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and 18, they shall hate the whore, and they shall burn her with fire. Right? These are the archers, and the archers are those that have arrows. The arrows that I explained earlier are broken arrows or intercontinental ballistic thermonuclear missiles, okay, that are going to be shot on America, to burn America to the ground. Okay? They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. This is what it means for to be converted, to come back of the righteous acts, which is to fear the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and keep his commandments. You see what I mean? Like it says in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, right? Verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall bring every work into judgment, and with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. That's the whole story. Here now is my final conclusion. Fear the Most High and obey his commands, for this is everyone's duty. Just read in Psalms 50 and 16, but unto the wicked the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing as thou hateth instruction and casteth my words behind thee? Right? Now, they say the law is done away with, right? The Most High is telling you to keep his commandments. Do the best you can. The grace and mercy that's been afforded us by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, and the blood that he shed for the elect, the converted Israelites scattered abroad amongst all foreign nations. Okay? Those that believe on his name. Okay, did I put it all together? So these are the only people that are going to be saved out of Jacob's trouble. So as far as lack of bread and great tribulation, it's coming. And there's nothing we can do about it. But it's all biblical prophecy. And the faster that it comes, the faster we can get the fuck out of Babylon the Great and dwell and be with our Lord, where the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shall dwell with men. Right? Right. Revelation chapter 21, verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, shall be with them and be their God, their power. See? So the Most High says he's going to dwell with his people. Okay? They shall be his people, and he will be their God. It's that simple. Okay? So, anyway, I made this video too long. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Habakkuk. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for pushing 100% truth to rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that have been scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom. Hold on. Salakia. I had another one, didn't I? Boom.
Desperate and maybe,
Many people, the government shutdown has taken a toll on the economy.
I think people are going to get more desperate and maybe, do desperate things.
And those who rely on government assistance to pay for groceries may not get help next month. For Odessa resident Sean Garcia, it hits close to home.
I do know some people that are on it and it helps them out a lot. And then with it shutting down, I think it's terrible. It's horrible.
According to the Texas Health and Human Services Commission, if the government shutdown continues past October 27th, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, better known as SNAP benefits, will be cut off in November. SNAP helps low-income families buy food at grocery stores, and their benefits are wired to EBT or a debit-like credit card each month, with payments ranging from $200 to $400 depending on the household. The federal government shut down on October 1st after lawmakers missed the deadline to approve funding for federal agencies. And the last government shutdown was in 2018 into 2019, and it lasted for 35 days. At Meals on Wheels of Odessa, more than half of the clients served this year are eligible for SNAP benefits. And Executive Director Craig Stoker says the shutdown will affect several services.
So our clients, we do have a handful that their meals are funded through Medicaid. At this point, that funding is not in any jeopardy. We do anticipate, again, some loss of services to caregivers. We do anticipate that we will have more people needing to sign up, because if you can't go check on grandma, you're going to get her signed up for Meals on Wheels. That's what we do every day.
And Stoker says if you're coming up short next month, there are resources available.
2-1-1 is a great resource. The West Texas Food Bank's a great resource. On their website, they've got a list of all of their community partners.
In Texas, 3.5 million people rely on SNAP benefits each month. And other programs such as WIC, TANF, CHIP, and Medicaid are not affected by the shutdown. Government officials will issue SNAP benefits as soon as it receives new federal guidance. Reporting in Odessa, Sanji Milburn, News West 9.
Yeah, so like I said before, it's almost over with. The Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is not playing, man. He told you to repent and come out of the way of Babylon the Great. That's what he told you, but you won't listen. Righteous men have been standing on street corners risking their life and everything they got. I'll tell you the truth, but you won't listen. Shalom.